Hey, Happy Christmas, Merry New Year. Oh, wait. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy whatever we can celebrate elsewhere. And happy for your success. All right, you guys, this is Henry Jose, co-founder of CEO of NMSSinc.com, and this is NMSStraining.com. Welcome. Hey, I wanted to do a quick it's not really quick, but a blog about the biggest mistakes most marketers make and why they fail. And the reason I wanted to do this is because it's the end of the year and a lot of people are kind of in the evaluation mode. You know, some people unfortunately make a drastic move of saying, I didn't really make any money, and I didn't really, it seems like it's not working, so I'm just gonna quit, forget it. It's not worth it. And you know what? And they just give up on their dream, but they never took the time to evaluate what really happened. Okay, and then and they look at one. I mean, and maybe you're one of these, or if you've only been with one company, and you think that's how the whole industry is. Please understand, man. No way. I was with one company for 17 years. Although it made a huge difference in my life, it's changed my life forever. I believe I could have done way better in other companies, especially if I knew what I needed to know. Okay, so I'm going to go through some of these things here. All right, so let's get with it. I'm going to try and make this short. There's actually a 30-minute version. There's a link below, so I'm just going to go right to it for you guys that just like straightforward talk, okay? Number one, mindset. Do you know how the successful people think? Because every successful person, whether they're in the home-based business, athlete, actor, multi-billionaires in traditional business, there's a certain mentality that they practice. Okay, and that's, number one is going after their dream. Number two is having the self-discipline to accomplish that dream. Number three is building knowledge on how to achieve those dreams and how to be the best in the field that they're after. Okay, building knowledge and being willing to commit, learning how to manage their time, learning how to delegate certain things and pay for services of things that that other people can do better, and valuing your time, and just a lot of those things. Even how you talk and what you say. Do you spend a lot of time dwelling of the past and dwelling what's going on in your life? Every time you have a conversation, what did the person hear? Did they hear about all the things that's going on negative in your life, or did they hear about your visions and your dream and what you're after, what you're learning, all the exciting things in your life? Okay, so that's a question for you. Big tip there. A lot of people that I talk to, every time I talk to them, all they talk about is all the crappy stuff that's going on. Number two. So, hey, self-check there. Do you do those kind of things? Here's a solution for you. Spend 10 to 15 minutes on personal mindset development, okay? Success mentality development. Read the book, Think and Grow Rich. If you've never read that, well, you haven't read the book that's made every person that's successful. I know they've read it, okay? Secret of a Millionaire Mind by Harv T. Eker. Rich Dad Poor Dad. Great book to a great separation of how typical people think and how multimillionaires think. Great mentality book. Great strategy type book also, all right? So those kind of things. So get into a habit of that. Watch the video, The Secret. Okay, that's that attraction right there. Do you attract success or do you attract failure? That right there is a very important one for you to watch. I like movies that relate to success. If I'm going to watch movies, I like movies like The Ultimate Gift. I love that movie, okay, because it lays out things that you need to know to become truly successful in life, not just in money, okay? So that's one. Number two, dream and a reason. Why are you building a business from home? Why are you in online marketing? What are you trying to achieve? Do you know exactly what you're working for? Write it down, okay? So tip for a little question for you. Do you know exactly how much money you want to make? And what is it for? And, what are you going to do with that? And how are you going to feel about that when you achieve that? And who else will be affected by you accomplishing that? Okay? If you don't have that, make sure that you do. So here's a solution. Write it down. Write down all those things, those short, medium, long-term dreams and goals. How much it is. You got to have the exact figure. You got to have the what is it for information in there, so you know what you're working for and why it's important for you to make $1,000 a month or $5,000 a month or $1 million a month. You have to know that, okay, to identify it. And then you need to also learn know the numbers on how you're going to get there. Okay, understand that. So that's a tip for you. If you haven't written it, start writing it down, post it, read it on a daily basis. Okay. Number 3, self-discipline and consistency. You know what's amazing is that what I love about this industry is that it's you can do it at any time, and except for the traditional network marketing, you can do it at any time. You can build your business anytime, and it doesn't cost very much money. That's all the two of the biggest problems in this industry is it doesn't cost a lot of money, and you can do it at any time. So people can easily afford, not necessarily easily, but if they lose $100 or $500, they can easily replace it. If they lost 100,000, then it's harder. Okay, you'll work no matter what. Also, self-discipline. If you've never been in your own business and you've never had this, then most people in a job are told to be at work at certain time, and you work until this time. So here, let me ask you this: are you self-disciplined in your business? Do you have a certain amount of hours that you work, and you know that you're working it? Is there a certain time of the day that you go into home business mode? Okay. So here's some tips for you. Number 1, create a schedule for yourself. This is like your part-time job. Okay, if you're going to work it 2 hours a day, you work it 2 hours a day. Schedule like from 6 to 8 o'clock or whatever it is, okay? Or 10 to midnight, whatever it is. It's up to you, but schedule it to make it easier for you. Number 2, create a checklist. You go to a job, you know what you need to do. You go in, you do this. End of the day, bam, you clock out and you're done. Well, guess what? If you have a checklist, like for an example, and you know what you're supposed to accomplish, then you can create a checklist to do that. Here's some things that you should have as part of your day building your business. Number 1 is, a little bit of personal development. That should even be part of the hours. That should be an off time. The little 10 to 15 minutes in personal development, okay? Number 2 is that you should be driving traffic and generating leads as part of one of your activities. And really, you should be spending about 75 to 80% of your time, especially in the beginning, in money-making activities. And then now, saying that, do you know what those are? Okay, so learn what those are and do that. Okay, there should be time where you're promoting your opportunity, you're generating leads, and then you're building relationship with your leads, and then you're building credibility with your leads. Okay, and believe it or not, all those are actually money-making activities. Okay, and so, but you need to make sure that you understand that, and then there's other things that you could be doing to improve on those, but you spend most of your time making sure that you're getting visitors in front of your presentations. That's really the key to making immediate money. That's not the only thing you should be doing, but you should know that. But you should have a checklist of what those things that you can do. And let's say Facebook marketing, okay? Then focus on that and then have a checklist. Okay, how do you do Facebook marketing? And we have a checklist available for you also and all that, okay? Let's see. That's self-discipline, consistency, and then personal development and building knowledge, okay? Now, this is different from mindset building and personal development. Now, I want you to, are you taking the time to learn how to get good at building your business? I've seen so many people jump from one company to the other, but they've never really changed the way they do it. They go from one company, usually contact and send an email to the same people, but really it. So what's number 1 secret to making money immediately in any business? Okay? No matter what business it is, if it's halfway decent opportunity, people will make money. It's called having enough eyeballs in front of the presentation. So, let me ask you this. Do you know how to generate a lot of leads, and do you know how to get your presentation in front of a lot of people? Have you even looked at it and really look at numbers? How many people have really looked at your website or your presentation? How many leads do you generate a day? Okay? If you don't know that, then build your knowledge on that. That's probably the number 1 thing that most people need to learn up front, but they never do. They kind of just try something, and they keep trying to do something, but they never really take the time to learn. Okay? Find out the best way that you can do that. And that's just part of it, but that's probably one of the most important things to start making money immediately. Okay? The opportunity isn't it. If you don't, I don't care if you're, hey, you know what? I've tested this because I've got a system right now that because of a pre-launch, we're offering 300% commissions, and it's a low cost of $39 a month. But you know what? If you can't get people in front of it, it doesn't matter how good of an opportunity it is, you're still not going to get any buy-ins, right? So make sure that you develop knowledge. Not spending enough time on money-making activities. This is a big one for me because I'm the opposite. I love learning, but I found myself spending more time learning and creating instead of making money. And money-making activities is meaning driving traffic to an opportunity already. And you shouldn't have, and you know what? I'm going to go against a lot of, especially in network marketing here, you should not have only one source of income. If the only business that you're building and the only money that you're going to make right now is only based on your company, and you don't understand generating multiple streams of income using tools and using low cost ways of driving traffic and generating leads and possibly generating some additional cash flow in the process of building your primary business, then I believe you are missing out. I believe you are missing out, and so make sure that you understand that. Okay. So make sure though that you're spending enough time in money-making activities. All right. You in the beginning, you should be spending about 80% of your time doing things that you need to do to make money. Well, sometimes it's part of the education. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, that's not generating results, but you're expecting a different one. What's that called? It's called insanity. So, guess what? That's where education comes in. You should be doing things that you should be making money, but if what you're doing is not working and you've been doing it for a long time, I'm not talking about you tried it for a week or you tried it for a few days. I've had already people, oh yeah, this is, I'm not getting any buy-ins yet, and I'm not getting, you know what? Hey, number one, very few people ever jump on the first time they look at anything, especially if you have a higher cost. So number two, you just have to learn how to drive more traffic. And number three, remember, it builds up. Especially if you have autoresponders and stuff, you add it up. It just keeps growing and growing. But the question is, what are you doing to make sure that you get better and better at promoting and generating traffic? Okay? So, that. And you know what? Don't be sold on, oh yeah, use our system and this and that. I mean, it's okay to try out certain things, and you'll have some that will work really good and some that are not going to work that good. But it's up to you. But make sure that you study first and also find out who are the leaders outside of the person that's sharing that stuff with you. Who are the other leaders using it that's not even promoting it to you? Okay, and a lot of times you'll find it that when they're talking about, when they share a training video and they show you. As a matter of fact, I'm watching one right now. I'm going to finish watching one that was showing me about what he's using as a tool. And he wasn't even talking about it. He just kind of showed it real brief and it showed his stuff. But you know what? Things like that. That's like, oh, okay, that's working real well. I've never even heard of that tool, and he wasn't selling it to me, but I said, oh, wow, I should check that out. Okay, so do that. And then and that's the other thing is number 6 is not investing in marketing. Guys, people, especially the ones that have made a lot of money in an online world, utilize paid marketing. They drive traffic or they pay for things that will create exposure to their business. Some do it through SEOs and stuff like that. But a lot of the people, a lot of times you don't have time to learn a lot of that stuff, right? So you invest. You're either going to put a lot of time learning and doing a lot of labor, or you start investing into traffic that works, find out what works best for the field, and find out what's an effective funnel, okay, that works best to generate leads, and then you go from there, okay? And then there's the shiny ball syndrome. People jumping from one opportunity to the other thinking that's the solution. Okay, before, if you're thinking that right now, that you're thinking, no, it's the business, it's the company or the product, before you think that, I want you to ask yourself, how are you on the other things on this blog? Okay, are you doing everything on this blog? I didn't even talk about a few other things in there, but just this alone right here should already speak to you. And I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and answer yourself honestly. Okay? Do you have a mindset of a successful person? Do you have the dream written down, identified, and you know exactly why you need to make X amount of dollars by when? Do you know your numbers? You know exactly how many sales you need to generate, how many team members you need to bring in for you to be able to generate X amount of dollars monthly income. You know that. If you don't, then study it. Do you know how you would get to those numbers? Okay. Then, are you self-disciplined? Are you doing the things that you need to do on a daily basis? Are you committed to it? Is a football game can easily take away from you needing to do the things that you need to do that day? Okay. And that's the first year I've been into football, and I realized, people can get caught up in it, but I never let it. If I needed to get something done that day, I was doing it. I might have football behind me on TV, but that's okay. I hear it, I might turn around, watch it, but then I stay focused on the job at hand. Okay? And then, are you building knowledge? Are you taking the time to learn? Are you spending enough time on money-making activities? Okay? Are you investing in marketing? Do you understand paid marketing? You don't need to know all of it. Just find one that some of the top guys are doing and learn it. And, find out what kind of costs and stuff. Obviously, it works for them. Then it would work for you too also. A lot of people, it doesn't happen one time. It's a process. Okay? Then, don't be a shiny ball syndrome. Ask yourself, how much money have you invested or spent jumping from one opportunity to another? And how much money have you spent in investing in yourself and investing in paid marketing? Investing on knowledge, maybe a training module or something, and investing in tools that will help you generate more traffic and leads, and investing in paid marketing. Hope that helps. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. It's going to be an awesome 2014 if you can take the time to analyze what's happening in your business, take a look at all this, and then you figure out the solution for it, and you commit that that's what you're going to do. 2014 is going to be awesome. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.